Hollywood is often accused of not having any fresh ideas, but rarely do they outrightly copy each other. It has happened before, though, with studios going head-to-head over Wyatt Earp, Olympic athlete Steve Prefontaine, ants, volcanoes, asteroids, and mall cops. And now they do battle once again over Snow White. See, after the monumental success of Tim Burton's adult reimagining of Alice in Wonderland, it made over $1 billion at the box office, the other studios aren't about to let Disney corner this new fairy tale market. But while there's literally a whole book of fairy tales, for some reason Universal Studios and Relativity Media have both set their sights on Snow White. And like the Wicked Queen herself, both are hell-bent on being the fairest at the box office. In this corner, we have Snow White and the Huntsman from Universal. It stars angst heavyweight Kristen Stewart as Snow White, who will face off with Charlize Theron's evil queen. In this version, the Huntsman doesn't just tell Snow White to make a run for it, but will train her to fight. He's also been turned into a hottie, played by Thor's Chris Hemsworth. There's still a prince in the picture, Pirates 4, Sam CLAFLIN, and the 7 dwarves might as well be called 7 awesome character actors, featuring Ian McShane, Eddie Izzard, Bob Hoskins, Toby Jones, Eddie Marsan, Stephen Graham, Ray Winstone, and Nick Frost. For real! But wait, isn't that 8 little men? Rumor has it that by the end of the film, they'll be whittled down to their famous number. Producer Joe Roth told the folks at San Diego Comic-Con this version would be on par with The Lord of the Rings. And commercials director Rupert Sanders echoed that sentiment, saying he wants his first feature film to play like a war movie. Led by K-Stu in a knockoff of Alice's armor? Who's the audience for this again? In the other corner, we have the untitled Snow White project from Relativity Media, which is taking a decidedly different approach. While Universal took a look at Burton's Alice and decided it was the action that won the day, Relativity feels it was the art direction. So they've brought on perhaps the only other top-notch reality-warping director in Hollywood, Tarsem Singh. Fresh off of Relativity's yet unproven Immortals, Singh has set his sights on making a full-on fairy tale, complete with his signature visual flourishes. Phil Collins' daughter Lilly plays a decidedly more feminine version of Snow White, while the evil queen will be played by Julia Roberts. Time to prove you deserve that Oscar, Julia. The prince is one half Winklevi, aka Armie Hammer, while Nathan Lane plays the evil queen's henchman. Plus, there's a king thrown into the mix somewhere, played by Game of Thrones' Sean Bean. As for the dwarves, they're played by 7 actors you've never heard of. Tarsem Singh is certainly making some bold choices here, but he has yet to capture the hearts of mainstream audiences by doing so. And while The Fall is certainly an impressive movie, he does have the tendency to go too far, like putting a swan on Snow White's head. Just ask Bjork, never go full swan. Both versions of Snow White come out in 2012 and have been jockeying for the better release date. As of right now, the untitled Snow White project will hit theaters on March 16th, while Snow White and the Huntsman will debut on June 1st. Which movie, if either, do you want to see? And is Hollywood right that you want more adult fairy tale movies? After all, in 2012, you'll also be able to watch the Will Ferrell and Adam McKay produced comedy Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters, starring Jeremy Renner and Gemma Arterton, which comes out the first weekend in March, just like Alice in Wonderland did. As always, share your thoughts down below. I'm Grace Randolph, and this has been a Movie Bite. You can watch more right now.